Was, we're not in the business of creating gardens. Again, we don't really care what people are doing as long as it's bringing folks together who wouldn't otherwise know each other. Notice the groups that have really just taken off and have required very little support are groups that weren't coming from the disability world and then trying to build out, but were actually coming from the social justice world and just needed a little support around thinking around folks with disabilities and how to engage them. It's been more challenging to get folks who have come from the disability advocacy world to open themselves. So the other direction, I think, seems to work better. So I would suggest, kind of reaching out to groups that care about social justice and say, hey, have you ever thought about this? We believe that we learn as much from the things that don't work as the ones that do, that it's okay, that it takes a really long time. I was hired 3 years ago. It's really been about the last 6 months that some of this stuff has really started to gel. So it takes a really long time, and it's a lot of conversations. This relationship piece, I think, is so they can start to slowly find community investment. If their community values the work, getting that community to invest in it, and really thinking about grassroots fundraising strategies as opposed to going after foundation grants. I think my experience, one of the things I learned doing grassroots organizing was it's bad to have a dependency relationship on foundations. One, because they can control your direction. So they actually have a lot of power to sway the direction social justice movement goes based on what they're willing to fund or not. But also so that it's owned by the local community. And so a lot of the groups I worked with, it was like people giving $5, $10 a month, low-income communities where people were like, this is important, so I will put $5 in the pot.
So personal contribution?
Mm-hmm. I think is a good strategy. I would invite anybody to come to Georgia, and I would, because I think it's more powerful for people to come and see it themselves and then go back home than for us to come and give a presentation. I just think it's a different experience, but I know that not everyone has. I know other states have much more restrictions on out-of-state travel, so that can be a barrier. But I really think getting creative and trying to find a way to do that. We have had folks from a couple councils figure out a way to come down here and spend time. The retreats are often something I will invite folks to come down because that's a chance to really kind of see the whole process and the learning process and the reflection process. So